Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further.
Welcome traders to this week's analysis of gold. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me here. Gold had a very good week again, and most of our trades were profitable, and our FCP analysis was absolutely accurate. So what is going on in gold right now? And we are going to look back at the analysis, but let me give you a few educational pointers as well, which I always do like in my videos. So let me show you exactly what is going on higher time frame. So this is gold's weekly time frame, and if I go to the monthly time frame, what you will notice that market has created this W pattern here, and that's why the market is falling down right now. Okay, so that's the monthly. Now if I come to the weekly time frame, what do we see? That market created an M pattern here, and that's why the market went up. Okay, and then right now it is also creating another M pattern, and which means that market is expected to go higher, and that is why I said 1680 level was the perfect level to buy. Now we have been able to plan long positions from here, then short, and then long again. Now because this M pattern has not reached its profit potential yet, so there is a better chances of it actually going it higher. It can reach near about to 1800 or about that level. We'll see that in a second where it can go to. There is still a downward possibility, as I mentioned before in my previous analysis, because there is a bigger M forming, and this can also turn into a midpoint. What I mean is that this can also lead to something like this if the market goes up somewhere around here. Okay, unless otherwise there is still a possibility of this. Okay, so there is a possibility that, you know, if the market breaks through this structure, then it is going to come to near about 1550 level or so, near about that. We'll have to measure it once the market has started to go down. Then we'll have to measure where it is going to go to. There is a good idea where it can go to, but you see, latest market structure matters more. So what we can say is that market right now has better chances of going up, and that is why we were looking at this particular FCP zone. Remember, this FCP zone was identified a few months ago, and we were looking for this particular level, 1680 level or so, and it has not been broken. Market has not actually closed below here, and since then it has rallied. In our Telegram group, I also mentioned that, you know, this was an engulfing candle, and that's why it could actually move higher. There was a little bit of downward movement for a day or so because of this 1726 level. All of these levels are already identified there on this chart, so you can treat them as support and resistance if you want to, but remember, these are not exactly support and resistance technically, but they are actually very powerful levels where you can find opportunities to take profits or maintain your stop losses, or you can also look for better opportunities to go long and short both, depending on the confirmation of the direction. So what we have right now is that market actually created another W pattern, and that's why it fell down. It came right into 1700, and we were able to take long from here. Okay, so this is what I shared in my in our Telegram group. Okay, I asked this question that you know, what was happening around here at 1713, near about that level. I asked this question to traders, what was going on around this level. And the reason was that this was the W pattern which was forming, and because the midpoint was getting broken, it was set to go higher, and that is why it was going higher. And on lower time frames, all the trend lines were also broken, so this was the level which was telling me that there was enough rejection from the bottom for it to go higher. So we were long from 1680 anyway, but from here we added to our long position. We took first long from here, and then added to our long position from here, and it was set to go higher. To what level? We could already find that using FCP analysis. So let me show you that. This is the zone. These are two zones which we are monitoring, and based on this W pattern, we knew that it could either come here, and if this zone was broken, then it was going to come to this zone, and after that it was supposed to fall to its profit target level. And this is what has happened. It came to this particular zone, and we were waiting for a confirmation to go short. That did not happen. That basically meant that we were going to stay with the long position, and it reached the second zone and then started to fall down. Okay, and we waited for the confirmation, and ultimately what actually happened here is it started to fall down as expected from the zone, and then we were taking the short positions. So our long positions from 1680 and from here were closed here, and then we started to go short on the market, and it was supposed to reach its profit target here, first profit target here, second profit target here. So we took our profits on the short target, and because the gold is bullish now, it is bullish at least for time being, like, because of that FCP zone and because of the M pattern that we just discussed, we were able to take long again from this point, and this is how it looked. The market started to go higher from that point, and since then it has been going higher. So what we have done is that we have been able to take long from here once again. So this is what we played. We took the long from here 1680, we added to our long position from here, we got out of the long position, started shorting, then started to take another long position from here. Now you see what's happening right now in the market is that it is creating another W pattern. So if I go back and show you a better chart here, because I do not want to mess that one, okay, let me show you this. So what's happening right now is that the market is creating another W pattern, so that's one of them, but this is actually not the value point. I think this should be the better point. So it is expected to reach somewhere around here, near about 1770 or something like that. Okay, so what we will do is we will start to make use of the previous analysis. All of these levels are already there and they can act as barriers, so we will add another level here. Let's remove this. We'll add another barrier here. So if the market starts to go higher, it will first come to 1740, and then I expect a little bit of downward movement, because it has acted as a resistance around here, and then once the market has broken through that, the next level is going to be 1755, and next level then 1764. So you can go with the flow. You go in the direction of these arrows that I'm pointing out now. At each of these levels you can either plan for short trades, long trades, or profit taking, those sort of things. So this is what can happen, and at each of these levels it can fall down as well, and from here like this, that's what can happen. Now this is the bullish scenario, and remember, we always look for not just for bullish scenario, but we always look for a bearish scenario as well, because as traders we make money on both sides, so we need to plan for a bearish scenario. So let me show you what the bearish scenario is. Now bearish scenario is telling me that the market can actually create an M pattern as well. So something like this, it can fall back down into this, or even extend that to near about 1645 level or so, and then start to go back up. There can be some reaction around here as well, but in extended case it can fall down to 1645, which is not actually here. It should be somewhere around there, 1640-45 level, and then go back up. So this is the scenario right now, and for that what we will do is we'll go back to this chart, and then we'll see what kind of levels we have. So if the market starts to fall down, and if it goes through this 1700 level, which I'm not expecting it to do unless some huge bearish momentum comes in, if it does, then you're looking at this sort of zone near about 1683 level or so, and if that is broken, then we are looking at this level here, which is 1668. I'm expecting upward move from this particular area if it actually falls there. However, if a lot of bearish momentum comes in, then it can fall to near about 1645, 1648 level or so. So that's what we have on gold. Hope you found this update useful. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and put in a comment at the bottom of this YouTube video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to wikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to wikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.